Hey there, and welcome to another KidLit chat. I'm your host, Brooke Vansickle, as always, and I have the wonderful Karen with us here today. Hey, Karen, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for being here. For those watching who may not be aware of who you are, tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is you do.
Well, I am a pro illustrator turned company that illustrates children's books. So we have about 15 illustrators and we do a lot of book illustration projects full time with the purpose really of providing people with beautiful professional illustrated books so that, you know, for a self-publishing author, that they can actually do it on their budget and it still looks amazing.
Yeah, and I've been on your site. You have a really awesome portfolio. So I think it's because it's really hard sometimes to find quality art when you're self-publishing because you're always like, where do I look? So I think it looks awesome. But have you done illustrations too, right? You're also an illustrator.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's basically the background. So I had done I had illustrated some books myself. I did all kinds of different illustration and I really wanted to get into books, which I then did do. And then I decided, well, why don't I start a team so we can do lots of books? So that's kind of how it came about.
I love it. I love it. And what made you want to illustrate books?
Well, you know, when I was, I think 5 or something like that, my uncle asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I was like, I want to be an artist. So that's kind of why. Like, I just always loved drawing and art and, yeah, just that kind of passion, you know, like if you could do one thing all day, that's kind of my thing.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I'm all for it. So are you more of like a hand-drawn or a digital? Like, do you do it old school and then convert it over to digital, or do you do all of it on the computer?
I kind of do both. Like sometimes I'll do hand drawn on paper and then scan it and then go from there. Sometimes I'll go straight digital, kind of just depends on my mood, I guess.
Right. Well, and everything always has to end up digital at this point now. So it's like, if you get used to them, how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you've also done animation too. So I saw that. So how is that different than like stationary art?
Well, in some ways, animation to me is so exciting because you know this thing is going to come to life, right? But with animation, actually, I guess in a way, there's a lot more technicalities because you have to think with how each thing needs to move and how it all needs to be divided up to be animated separately. So I think both of them are wonderful. They're really just kind of different. With animation, you know, you're thinking a lot with the actual motion of what, you know, what it's going to be, where with illustration you need to have a dynamic even though it's a still image. So but it's in a, you're thinking about it in a different way with the lines and everything, where you can still apply that to animation, but it's obviously everything's literally going to move, so you don't need to build all of that dynamic motion or movement into a still image. It's more like, okay, how is it actually going to move and transition from one thing to the next and that kind of thing. So they kind of just two different art forms in my mind, at least.
Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, I think it's so cool. I'm always envious of like people that can do that type of computer work. Like it's just an application you have to learn, but it's not my route art. So when you're not illustrating and working and running your team and doing all the things, what's something you really love to do?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a hard question. I do like spending time with my daughter, of course. She's 6 and, you know, it's just trying to soak up those moments that you kind of know that's going to go by so quickly. Like the other day she was 2 and now she's 6 and you're like, wow. But I also I like doing some community work, like, you know, if we have cleanup projects, things like that. I like getting involved in those kind of things a lot. I just feel it's important to help improve your society and community and that kind of thing.
Yeah, oh, I love it. I love it so much. And I'm sure people are curious because a lot of our viewers are in the States, but you know, we all live in different parts of the world, which is so cool about being digital. So you live in South Africa. Is there anything that's like kind of people would be surprised to learn about people in South Africa?
Probably quite a few things, but I mean, the one thing is we have 11 national languages. So we, you know, because we have a lot of different races that live here, and obviously they have different languages. So only about 10% of people speak English at home. And yeah, we have Zulu is the biggest language, and then Xhosa, and then we have obviously, you know, with 11, you have some that are very small and some that are really big, but English is actually kind of at the bottom of the ladder there. So,
do you speak them all?
no, actually, most people here are quite are bilingual and can speak 2 languages quite well, because we generally speak English. You know, when we all communicate with one another. I only speak 2 languages though. So my first language is Afrikaans and my second language is actually English.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is a fun fact. I love that. Yeah, you never know with that kind of question. I love it.
Yeah, if you come to my house, you won't understand what we're saying.
We all should go to South Africa because it's warm, except for we're in different seasons, because I'm in the summer and you're in the winter. So
yes, it's cold.
Yeah. But then we know when it's cold here, we can go there.
You would love it here. I can guarantee that.
Oh, for sure. I already know. It's on my list. It's on the board. We have like pins that we put in. It's on there. Well, guys, if you want to go and learn more about Karen and get to like see anything, which is the best one for them to go to? Children's Book Mastery, or should they go to Get Your Illustrations?
Well, if they want to check out like the summit we just did that you were part of, they can go to childrensbookmastery.com for sure. And that's more training. And then if they're interested in illustrations, then it's GetYourBookIllustrations.com, all one word, obviously.
Yes. And we have that linked for you in the description. So thank you so much, Karen. This has been awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.